Ever wondered why a treatment works for one person, but not another? What if we could harness every detail of a patient's story, doctor's notes, symptoms, even their own words, to design truly personalized care? That's the promise of precision medicine, but here's the catch. Most of that critical information isn't in neat spreadsheets. It's in messy, unstructured text. Today, we're diving into how AI is transforming this chaos into clarity, and why this breakthrough could redefine healthcare. Let's start with the core challenge. How do we determine the right treatment for an individual? Traditional approaches rely on structured data, lab results, blood pressure readings, medication lists. But a patient's medical story is far more complex. A doctor might write, patient reports fatigue and anxiety, or family history of diabetes. These notes are invaluable, but how do we convert fatigue into a measurable signal a computer can analyze? This is where neural networks step in. Imagine an AI that reads a clinical note and generates a digital fingerprint of the patient's condition, a representation that captures meaning in a format computers can process. But here's the problem. If a note misses critical details, like a hidden condition or lifestyle factors, the AI's fingerprint is incomplete. This is confounding bias. When missing data skews the results, like solving a mystery with half the clues. Think of it like a detective ignoring a suspect's alibi. They might wrongly accuse someone. Similarly, if an AI misses a patient's smoking history, it could misjudge how a treatment affects them. The stakes: life or death. To tackle this, researchers tested the plug-in approach. It uses AI to convert text into numerical data, then feeds those values into models predicting treatment outcomes. But they added a twist. During training, they paired the text with structured data, like lab results, to guide the AI. It's like teaching a kid to ride a bike with training wheels, then letting them go. Here's the snag. What if the structured data we use isn't representative? Imagine testing a drug only on patients from one hospital. The results might fail for others. To fix this, the team used a statistical technique to adjust for biases, like weighting data to ensure no group is over or underrepresented. Their experiments on 35,000-plus patients from the MimicII dataset revealed a surprising insight. The simpler plug-in method, which avoids complex math, performed as well as advanced techniques, especially when vast text data was available. This suggests a trade-off. While fancy models are theoretically elegant, simpler approaches can be more practical. To test this, they kept real clinical notes intact but simulated treatment and outcome data using math. It's like using real ingredients, but adding hypothetical spices to see if algorithms can cook up answers. They built a formula using age, gender, and medical history to assign treatments, leveraging a sigmoid function, a mathematical tool that turns numbers into probabilities, like a traffic light. Green means higher treatment likelihood, red means lower. But here's the twist. They introduced a hidden trap. A treatment that backfires for men without hypertension. It's a sneaky test of whether algorithms can detect subtle, real-world interactions. To mimic biases, they use two strategies. Random sampling is like picking names out of a hat, pure chance. Selective sampling is more like a detective. They focused on patients with asthma or during flu season, or skewed data to favor women's records. It's a mirror of real-world inequities, testing if models can spot patterns despite noise. They combine structured data, age, gender with unstructured notes. By feeding notes into a language model, they created a neural fingerprint, a unique digital profile for each patient. It's like giving each person a DNA barcode, blending numbers and words for a fuller picture. Finally, they trained simple neural networks, tweaking settings like a chef adjusting a recipe. When data was scarce, they switched from a fast optimizer Atom to a slower, more precise 1SGD, and increased batch sizes for stability. It's like driving on ice. You ease up on the gas, taking bigger, more deliberate steps. This isn't just about data. It's about navigating the chaos of real-world medicine. Biases, hidden subgroups, incomplete records, all the headaches that make research tricky. By simulating these challenges, researchers are building tools to solve them. And the takeaway? Sometimes, simplicity beats complexity when the data tells the story. The future of medicine isn't just about drugs or devices. It's about understanding the human story behind every number. And with AI, we're finally learning to listen.